Hello, everybody. Welcome to next series of Efficiency Now. Don't be silent, be lean podcast. And today my guest is Jiří Bodlák, who is the crisis manager and the owner of JP Bodlak Engineering. So Jiří, welcome here.
Hello, nice to being here. Thank you for invitation.
You're welcome. So let's get started with the name of your position, crisis manager. What does it mean? Can you a little bit explain?
Yes, I will try it. So it's very simple and very complicated. So the crisis manager is taking care about the crisis, as it is written in the title. Yeah, but the crisis which we are focusing, and me personally, because I'm also actively, let's say, auditing and actively consulting and helping to our customers. I'm not just the owner of the company, but actively still working in, let's say, our scope. So I have to say that we are, let's say, dealing with different kinds of crisis. So logistic, quality perspective, production management, or the, let's say, the setup of the processes in the companies. Doesn't matter the size of the company, doesn't matter the portfolio, the let's say commodity of the product, but where we are focusing mainly is the automotive industry tier ones. But very rarely we are directly hired or let's say contracted from the tier ones. We are mainly contracted directly from OEMs like the VW Group, and let's say now we have also in our customer portfolio Toyota freshly, BMW. This is long-term project, and also part of the VW Group is Scania, which is very interesting customer for us right now, because we are, let's say, learning also new customer specific requirements from them. And from non-standard, let's say, CSR point of view, we can talk also about Volvo, who is our customer.
Yeah, just to a little bit explain, because I'm from automotive, but not everybody understand. Just maybe if you could explain, three different names. So first, what is OEM? The second, what is tier one? And now you mentioned the CSR. So if you could please explain these three, the abbreviations to the audience here.
Yeah, it's true that it's sometimes complicated to take care about what you are saying. What are the shortcuts which are not familiar to everybody? Yeah. So OEMs are the car makers. Let's say these are the brands who are producing and the factories who are producing the cars. In this case, yeah, it can be different type of OEM, but in this case, in automotive, it's Ford, it's Toyota, it's Skoda, it's Volkswagen at all. So yeah, this is OEM. So about the tier ones are the suppliers, first, let's say, first grade of the suppliers to the OEM, to the car maker. Yeah, we have also tier 2, tier 3, till tier X. So which means that number in that name, it's let's say showing to you in which level downwards it's the supplier graded, and how close to the OEM they are located in the supply chain. Yeah. So, and the CSRs, this is a shortcut of customer specific requirement, and all OEMs, they have their own specific requirements, and if you want to comply with your customer needs and your customer requirements, you have to comply with them. Of course, you have to comply also with the automotive standards, like the IATF 16949, which is the standard for the let's say management of the company, management of the project. But additionally to this and to normal ISO standards, there are always customer specific requirements which are defining exactly for your product, for your portfolio, what specifically you have to comply towards your customer.
Yeah, thanks for explanation here, because I think it's quite good that we all understand. We are all on the same page. Just tell me, how somebody, and I'm now asking about your past, past experience, how somebody will get to the crisis manager, so, and the owner of the company. So if you can a little bit tell us more about your, the past experience.
Okay, let's describe my path. Yeah, basically. Yeah, when I was, let's say, mm, my path was not standard because this was like from the necessity. It was coming from the necessity because I failed on university, and basically to be where I am, I'm absolutely thankful to several people, several very important people from my life, and one of them is definitely my father, because when I failed during my studies, I came home and he was always very tough, and he was forcing me a lot to find a job ASAP. So, and it was very tough fight between us because it was, yeah, I was 20. Yeah, in that time, it's 2 decades past. And, in 20, in our region, as you know, maybe not all of our viewers will understand that, but in our region, with the mentality of the Czech people, and especially the generation of our parents, so they were very tough to that the employment was mandatory. Yeah, freelancer, this was like unknown, absolutely unknown. This was not existing in our, let's say, region, and it was also in the past, in the communism time, it was like somebody who is trying to squeeze out everything from the system but not giving anything to the system, and it was very sometimes you go to jail for this, yeah, in the past. So that's why, if you are, let's say, if you are how to say, grown in these times, then your child came home and say, I failed and I don't know what I will do, and I need your support. No, 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 no support. You will go and find a job. And that's why I became, by luck, became a member of the supplier quality assurance department of the previous, let's say, company who was before Continental Automotive. This was the supplier, Siemens VDO Automotive. And there, I have to say, I learned everything about the supplier quality. Yeah. And this was my beginning. Yeah. And then I was like growing with the commodity knowledge, growing with the little bit more about management skills, I have to say. Also, I was, let's say, well educated from my team and also from the other let's say, members of different teams through whole factory for the problem solving skills. And I was like a sponge, in that time, that I was trying to absorb as much as possible knowledge, but still I was somehow, somewhere in my head, was I can do it better. Yeah, because I was 20, everybody think that they are doing that some way, but I will do it better. And this was biggest fail in my life, because yeah, you can learn a lot from the oldsters. So, which means that, yeah, this was pretty much the beginning. And then I was like commuting, or let's say rotating, so through different companies, and I was like absorbing again a lot of knowledge. A lot of trainings were given to me. I thanks for that, because this was also beginning of my cooperation with Czech Society for Quality. So, which is so my biggest source of the quality management information. And I was trying to always grow a little bit. Yeah. So from the supervisor position to the manager position, from the manager position to let's say managing bigger departments. Then came the crisis in 2008, and I took the opportunity to leave for very good amount of the money which was given to us if we leave voluntarily. And then I was forced to come to my non-comfort zone, where I was forced to do let's say, the position in the project management, and we were responsible for transfer of the completely new project to completely greenfield company. And we were first of, let's say, 8 people in the company, where at the end of the day was 2,500 employees. Yeah.
Wow.
So and I was, let's say, responsible for the supply chain and the micro logistic part of that project.
Wow. Congratulations for that. Let me again coming now to the reality, and I mean to the actual, again to the crisis manager. What kind of skill set is required to be a great crisis manager?
Experience, knowledge. This is not about the skills. The skills came in the time. This was my case. Yeah, maybe somebody will have a different way, but it was my way. The skills itself, they were really coming in the time. Nothing specific. Just the okay. The basic skill which you have to have is the proper understanding of the problem-solving method. Doesn't matter which one you use. If you use properly the 8D method, yeah, we can talk a little bit more about that later. What is it about? Or 5Y, which is very popular one. If you are able to master this, let's say, skill, this ability, then doesn't matter what you are doing, doesn't matter what you are investigating, you are always able to find out the real root cause. And if you combine all of these, this is the key for to find out the real core of the issue, real core of the problem, the real root cause from where the problems are coming. And this is really mandatory. Yeah. And this is probably the skill number one, but it came really from the practice, I have to say. Yeah, in the time you gaining more and more experience, you fail more, you gain more. Yeah, so which means that if you try 20 times, then nobody can guarantee to you that you will know how to do it. Yeah, you have to fail 100 times for to be enough professional to say I tried it already, and this is not the way. To have the ability to say the way we are discussing or the solution we are discussing is not the right one, you have to be really pro to be able to say it, and you have to fail exactly in that case 100 times. So this is and this is the combination what I'm saying. Yeah, the time and the experience is giving to you to the opportunity to be more professional in these skills. But this is not only about the skill. This is about the common knowledge, about the experience from different commodities, different teams, different let's say cultures in the teams. Because I was also some, let's say, significant period of the time in China. I was in India, shorter time, but I was in India also. I was in US, I was in UK, and then in UK I was also working a lot with people from India. So, and all of these mixes, when they come, they are giving you ability also to work with the suppliers from different regions. Yeah. So, and I'm still talking about the supplier quality management, but this is core of my business right now. Yeah, because we are taking care about the suppliers of car makers. So, and that's why we had that opportunity, and we were blessed that we had this possibility to take care also about the different regions, like Asia or India or let's say North Africa. So this is only because you met hundreds of people from different cultures and you are able to work with them. With some of them it's more complicated, but with some of them it's nice to cooperate. Yeah, because you always feel how they think about it. And at the end of the day also, I know that a lot of my colleagues complaining about the Chinese, for example, but I have no problem with that. You just need to understand the way how to communicate with them and how to show them. And this is, yeah, now we touching another skill. You have to always be able to show to your counterpart in the problem solving that you want to help them and do you want to be valuable team member? Because if you are representing the customer in-house, because usually we are a little bit opening the picture that we are usually operating in-house of suppliers, of car makers, and this is complicated in some cases where the supplier is not well informed that we are coming, why we are coming, what we are going to do, and so on. And this is complicated. You have to show them always that you are added value. Yeah, you have to show them that you are not there only to, let's say, see and see
that you are not a spy, yeah.
to the customer, that you are not a spy. Yeah, exactly. So that you are there, and now it will maybe not help me, but I have to say, then you have to also understand how to filter the information towards the customer, because some non-necessary escalations are not helping.
Definitely.
So which means that you also need a space to work on that. You need a space to communicate the information properly, because nothing is worse than the information which is given non-complete or too early or to non-proper, let's say, receiver. Yeah. So, and you have to be careful what you are saying, to whom you are saying. That's why, for example, in my role, not as a owner of the company, but as a crisis manager, my biggest added value is that I know a lot of people at my customer. And that's why I'm able to communicate a lot of different issues with different people most efficient way. And that's the key why my customers are glad to and willing to let's say, cooperate with me and asking directly for me in a case of, for example, we call it German word Engpassstörung, but this is the bottleneck management, basically, when some supplier is not able to deliver. And this is also one of our scopes, not only the crisis management, but top crisis management, where you have to distribute, you have to work very, very fast and distribute very fast the products through the whole customer portfolio and all customer plans. And you have to be very open-minded to be able to do that, and you have to understand very fast how the process is working at the supplier. You have like usually 1-2 days to understand what's going on there, and then you have.
Let me now maybe ask you a little bit, which is very close to that. Yeah, we hear a lot about the automotive, and you are really linked closely to the OEMs. What are the biggest challenges that you see now in the industry?
Money, cash flow, understanding of the, let's say, we call it money for quality, because then you have to properly yeah, we were talking about the distribution of the information. That's one thing, but we are talking also about how to properly investigate, immediately understand the processes, and so on. But if you don't have the money to buy the raw material, if you don't have the money to have available components, available people, available technology, you cannot do anything. So, and the worst cases I see are always linked to human resources or cash flow, simply. Yeah, these are the, let's say, two biggest worries which I have always when I'm coming to some new project where I don't know the supplier, the company, and I just, because what we are getting as a first info which I'm getting is they are not delivering on time, they are not delivering in a respected or expected quality, they are let's say, not communicating well, let's say, delays in communication or chaotic, or the reports looks like that they don't understand what they are doing. And usually you are worried the most that they have no resources, doesn't matter which way. And this is, let's say, mostly the case right now, because we are not visiting the suppliers who are absolutely well managed and who are, let's say, without issues. Yeah, the suppliers who meet me or one of my colleagues, they always have some issues. And luckily, if they are for just very short limited time, for example, sub-supplier doesn't have enough material, they fix it, they found the alternative, they just need to release, they need the help with some specific processes for automotive to have them approved faster. For example, this can be the case. These are simple issues because you need to focus only on one topic and you fix it. You know the solution very fast because it's almost every time given on the first meeting. If it is this situation, this case, I'm only responsible to identify the other risks which are potentially there. But if you came and you see that the people are not willing to share the information with you, they are not open with, let's say, to show you everything, to show you all processes, to show you documentation, which are, let's say, managing the processes, then you have to find it by your own. And then that's the problem.